1apr15 on your AM radio dial.
Yeah, there we are. You jumped the gun just a little bit. But here we are on Classic Radio Roundup 27115 on the AM dial. And playing with the walkie-talkie and stock microphone edition of Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah. And this portion of the Roundup is brought to you by Realistic, a.k.a. Radio Shack, who is responsible for this TRC 210 5-watt 40-channel walkie-talkie and the Realistic stock mic that I'm plugged into it with.
Yeah, Realistic TRC 221, LCD readout, 40 channels, external power plugged in, external antenna plugged in, external microphone plugged in, on the low power setting. But we're doing all kinds of things on the back side, and seems to be working out all right. Yeah, external speaker plugged in too, so it's playing bass radio at the moment. But it's the only actual functioning Realistic product I have at the moment. The other one still needs work. That what is that thing that I have? 55 or something? Yeah, the TRC 55. That one I got to work on.
Yeah, weird receive. Breaker. Go ahead, Sparky.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. Hey, I got the memo. I'm on my Radio Shack walkie-talkie with weather alert. Ooh, 21-1679 Radio Shack walkie-talkie with the walkie-talkie hand microphone.
Has that got a TRC number?
It is not the TRC model. I'll have to look on the back of the speaker mic I'm using.
Oh, I thought the walkie-talkie would have it in the front. It must be one of the really new ones then.
It's got LCD. It also has high-low power and the weather channels in there.
Wow, fancy, man. Weather channel. But no echo.
Yeah, it must be a newer one with weather channel. Mine's got 40 channels. Woo!
Say good evening to everyone. Welcome to Classic Radio Roundup.
40 channel TRC 221.
Yeah, I got 40 channels. I don't know if this PLL could be modified for more. I never tried. I used to have a Lafayette 40-channel walkie-talkie that had a PLL O2A in it.
I didn't even think about looking at the PLL I was in there making repairs today. But I was just surprised to find surface mount components on it. And I know I've had this radio for a long time kicking around. It's got to be at least from the 90s. It's got to be early surface mount usage kind of stuff. But I was surprised to find it in there. It is in there. Yeah, I won't be doing a whole lot of other repairs. It was a simple switch repair, for the mic.
Yeah, I can't stand surface mount. Not with the age, and not with my eyesight and everything. Oh man, it's just and the difficulty of soldering and unsoldering. Yeah, not fun at all.
Yeah, I know. You wind up with a solder blob bigger than a component.
Yeah, really. You need this really tiny soldering iron with a tiny tip on it.
I've done some surface mount work, and but it was sort of an easy project. It was a preamp, and I did make my way through it all right. But there was room, and it was laid out just like the schematic. And I did use the smallest iron that I had, which was too big.
Yeah, when too small, it's too big.
Got to hold, when you solder down the first side, you got to hold the part down with something so you don't pick it up with the soldering iron and the solder. They don't stay down under their own weight.
You got to use like a pencil pointer or something sharp and hold it there.
That's right.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh yes, Classic Radio Roundup, walkie-talkie edition.
And 1965 Cadre C75 2-channel.
Copy on the cadre.
I'd like to try my Midland 1 watt out, but it doesn't have an external antenna jack, so nobody's going to hear me.
Well, in the next hour, I'm going to I'll put the video gate on a base radio, and I'll take a walk up to the mountain out back and see if anybody can hear me. Hopefully the skip will quiet down. If it doesn't quiet down by then, I won't do it, but it should by 9. I was hollering at you earlier, Quarter Wave Dave, you and Skeeter, and neither one of you could hear me, but I was just in the backyard.
10-4. Yeah, Skeeter, I don't know, he was just getting home getting something to eat. He'll be back later.
Yeah, maybe if the skip is out of there and you're aware that I'm there, maybe you'll hear me then.
They kind of look like a science project sitting on the bench there. Actually, all these wires or something looks like a medical device.
Yeah, I got the antennas sticking out because it no longer goes in all the way. And microphone plugged in, external speaker plugged in, external power and external antenna, of course, with multiple adaptions to get to the one that I need. Brigger?
Yeah, I got the LMR 400 going in the top side, and then the speaker mic in the top, and then that's got a jack for even another external speaker.
I got a pigtail here that I'm using. What is this stuff? A jumper going to my main antenna connection. Really thin. What is it? I'm trying to read the number on it. I can't see it from here to get my glasses. But BNC connection on the end, and I had to go from BNC to PL259 to SO239 to RCA.
Wow, plumber's nightmare.
I think I got one of those PL259 type adapters right to RCA in here. I tried my GE Help radio, and when I used the external wallboards, man, I had a bad hum. Had a conflict of interest there.
Oh yeah, I could also use that one. I forgot. Yeah, I got the Help radio out in the car. That has external RCA jack on it. I've used it obviously in the mobile. I can always bring it in here and use it. And that's a realistic model. And it does have Weather Channel on it.
I've used that one successfully in the past. I think this one was Grumpy's or something. That's what I'm going to say. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I know you guys have heard me in my mobile with my Help radio. Yeah, I'll have to bring that one on the base later on. Give that a try.
Yeah, you need help with that radio.
That one's smaller. That one has the slide-on battery pack bagger. My Help radio.
Oh, wow. That really is a walkie-talkie.
It's kind of cool, too. It's, you know, from the car, the whole setup, you got the telescoping antenna that screws onto the mag mount, and then you unscrew it off the mag mount, and you screw it on top of the radio, and, you know, plug in your battery pack, and you got walkie-talkie from mobile in the instant.
Yeah, it's like a presto changeo.
Presto changeo, mobile walkie-talkie, help!
It's good to see. We got a couple of check-ins to the Speed Radio server. Listening to our classic radio walkie-talkie edition here.
Yeah, walkie-talkie edition with throw in the stock microphone, just because otherwise I'd have to hold the stupid brick in my hand, and I ain't doing that.
Nah, it's not so bad when you can hold the microphone. You know, it's just like talking on a regular radio.
Yeah, except I have to watch, not pull the radio off the desk.
Yeah, I got mine laying down on the table and just enough slack in the microphone so I don't yank the thing off the desk or off the table. Because there's nothing going to hold it. I got my little coax jumper and my little 3 amp switching wall-ward power supply, powering it up, and it's good to go here.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep mine inside the video gate and all that. And actually, on the plus side, the LCD display bar graph actually seems to show up pretty good on the video gate.
Nothing got an S meter on that bar graph, or just battery?
No, it's an S meter bar graph, and it shows RF out.
Yeah, I don't have it. Well, I got a meter, but it doesn't do S meter. It just does RF relative power on transmit and battery strength on receive. But my other one, the one with the slide-on battery pack, that has an LCD bar graph S meter in it, which is kind of cool. That's the walkie I use when I'm hunting bush boogies.
My help radio does not have an S meter of any kind, or RF out, or any of that. But this one does. RF output shows, and when I have it on this 1 watt low setting, it does show swing. I have it on the high setting, it just goes, you know, full bars, and that's all you got. This actually shows it swinging with the audio. Kind of neat. But yeah, it shows relative, you know, receive strength.
Yeah, this one won't key the amp up on low power. But I got to do some work on that. It's not sensitive enough. I drop much below 3 watts and it starts to hesitate. It won't key up, so I'd like it to key up with a lot less power, like a half a watt or something.
I have to turn everything off to see what this actually puts out on low power. I'm not sure. 1 or 2 watts maybe. Hey Sparky, come on in here and key up. Let me see how many bars are in this thing. Bagger gives me 4.
Well, let's see. I've been to 4 bars already. Yep, I'm showing 4 bars that I've been to, and I'm on my weather alert radio with realistic speaker microphone action.
Alrighty then. Yeah, you give me 5 bars, and I'm not sure if there's a 6th segment or not. I'm going to go with that there's just 5, and that's all there is.
Yeah, usually that's all there are, 5 bars.
Seems to have pretty decent receive.
Yeah, I put this one on the test bench, and I was able to dial it down to 0.2 microvolts. Or I should say, 0.2 microvolts. And I was still hearing the signal. So this is just as sensitive as some of the radios. This thing's got filters in it. I got a 10.7 filter and a 455 kilohertz filter in it.
1.5 watts. And it swings to about 3 3/4. Can you hear me? Hello?
I heard you.
Yeah, I heard you too.
And high power. Oh, look at that. I have to change. It's a 3.5 watt dead key on high power. Let me change scales to see what it peaks. It looks like 10, 11 watts.
Yeah, so this thing's got more filtering in it than some of these older radios, amazingly enough.
I think it's kind of cool. It does 1.5 watts and swings to almost 4 on low.
That's not bad.
Yeah, there we are. That's just the 1 pill. Just the 1 pill and low power. That gives me 4 watts carrier, swinging to 40. Yep, that's right.
Someone else was keying in there with you.
There we go. I can adjust my carrier level. It kicks right out again. Ooh. Yeah, this doesn't forward swing very well at all. There's insufficient audio drive or something.
Yeah, according to the meter, I get forward swing, whether it's low power or high power. You know, I get forward swing. Low power, it swings up to 4 watts, and high power, it swings up to 10.
Can you copy this radio on low power over there?
Yeah.
Can you copy it?
I hear you.
Yeah, this one seems to swing back on the meter a little bit. But, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to do, I guess. Best as it's going to do.
How about it, Sandbagger? You copy me on 500 milliwatts?
I had somebody call my name out there. Who was that?
Yeah, you guys doubled. Hang on there. Sandbagger, listen for Sparky. He's calling you on 500 milliwatts.
How about it, Sandbagger, on Classic Radio Roundup? 5 milliwatt station, 5 milliwatt?
I hear you. Not very well, but I do hear you.
Hey, I might have a chance then, walkie-talkie portable. Once the noise goes away, if you can hear them on 500 milliwatts. I can only go down to 1.5 watts. 1.5 watts. Breaker.
Yeah, here we go. We'll drop it down here.
Yeah, I heard both of you. Yeah, not even swinging a watt, maybe. Nope, 1.5 there.
I hear you equally strong, Sandbagger and Sparky.
I hear you, Sparky. I do. If the noise would go away, I think I'd probably hear you better.
This is Spitfire on low power.
I hear you, Pete.
Yeah, 1.5 watts of carrier power.
Not bad.
Yeah, I got 3/4 of a watt carrier. 3/4 of a watt. Oh my goodness.
You're giving me 3 bars, swinging 4 bars, Sparky.
Yeah, what happened to 44? 44, you still out there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, if I went to 4 bars, I'd be swinging too.
All right, we'll make it a little easier. We'll go up to 4 watts of carrier, but swinging to 40.
Okay, I brought it up 3 watts, swinging 4.5. This is a stock radio, stock high power. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. 4 watts, 4.5. That's all she's giving us, Kev.
All right, I can do that. 4 watts of carrier power. Actually, it's 3.5. 3.5 watts of carrier power swinging to 10 when I whistle. But it looks like it's just hanging around for about 6 watts when I'm talking here. Breaker. Realistic, high power TRC 221.
She's working. We said in a driveway in the morning.
Yeah, I have some local static, too. Local electrical noise. You're coming right over it.
That's funny. You know, go completely to the other end. Not all knobs to the right, but let's play with our walkie-talkies on our big antennas and low power and stuff.
Yeah, all knobs to the left.
Look at them through the analyzers and such. I'll tell you what, man, this one's pretty spectrally clean.
Yeah, and that's all guys are. You guys are all sounding good, you know, on the external speaker. The internal speaker, you know, it's not quite as good, but obviously.
I'm listening on my JBL monitor I plugged into the top of this thing. Rager? That's a lot of fun. Thank you.
We try to keep it fun and mixed up on Classic Radio Roundup. 27115 on the AM radio dial, even if it is a walkie-talkie dial.
And this portion of Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by Radio Shack. At least while it's still alive.
I keep eyeing up that Radio Shack sign on Ridge Pike.
Yeah, I think they made a decision that they're going to sell like 1,700 stores to one of their top investors or something. So there are going to be stores that are going to continue.
Well, I hope there's one near me.
I hope so too. But I wonder if they're going to be able to maintain their Radio Shack branded merchandise like realistic radios and stuff. I wonder if they're going to continue to sell that stuff, or is it just going to be third-party widgets?
They need to get back into selling scanners, CB, and amateur gear.
Yeah, and shortwave radios and scanners and everything that's radio, man. That's why it's Radio Shack. It's all things radio.
Yeah, and they were even doing well when they were doing their Optimus high-end stereo line, and they kind of let that dry up. What gives?
Yeah, just douchebags in the boardroom. It's like cell phones are the neatest thing. Let's get on that bandwagon. Yeah, okay. We'll compete with 1,000 other people that can sell cheaper.
They should have stuck with what they were doing. Selling what they were selling.
Yeah. Stay with being a big fish in a small pond. Don't try to be a little fish in a big pond, especially when there are sharks in the pond.
Chinese sharks with laser beams.
Yeah.
I like when you could go in there and buy speakers and transformers and components and parts. Well, you could still do that to a degree, but man, it was fun back in the day, man, with the speaker selection and all, and the high-end stereos, and what new CBs were coming out, the new walkie-talkies, the new scanners every year. Oh, I couldn't wait to see what was in that glass case.
That's right.
I remember when they went from the 23 to the 40 channel, and I remember 23 channel walkie-talkies, and they were well over $100. I'm like, wow, could you imagine one of those riding around on your bicycle? And then the 40s came out. Wow, could you imagine riding around with one of those on your bicycle?
Yeah, speaking of the 23 channel walkie-talkie costs more than the bottom of the line radio.
Yeah, they were pretty. Yeah, maybe they were closer to 200 or 299 or something like that. Maybe it was.
They were like $129, $149, something like that. And you could for like 10 or 20 more dollars, you could buy a Navajo base.
Yeah. They were way pricey. Yeah, I'm sure this TRC 221, whenever it came out, probably wasn't very cheap.
But like everything else, and once the 40 channels came, the prices dropped out considerably. I think these things ended up being less than $100.
Yeah, you're right about that. I do remember them being real pricey at the time, though. The 40 channel stuff did come down, but it still wasn't money that I had as a teenager.
No, that's the thing. If the prices of the 40 channels, like in the mid-90s, would have been around when I was a teenager, I would have been in good shape. I could have bought a freaking CP Mobile for $59.
Oh my goodness, Sweaty Maria's getting stronger.
She hears our walkie-talkies. I know she does.
I don't even hear her. She's on the back of my beam.
She's only 1 bar less in signal strength than you.
Oh no. Where's Quarter Wave Dave? Oh no.
And then it got quiet.
Oh no. Let me do all that, because the E-skip's coming in there. Maybe we get some E-skip check-ins on Classic Radio Roundup.
Wow, I can shoot skip with my walkie-talkie.
That's what I want to do. Shoot skip with my walkie-talkie. I've shot skip with the two-wheel mobile before.
There you go.
That was pretty cool. I had witnesses out here, too.
Were they Jehovah Witnesses?
No, they were Channel 13 witnesses. I don't remember who, but I know it was witnessed. 2 wheels, 2 pills, 2 wheels.
They were knocking on my door today.
Who was?
Jehovah Witnesses.
They still do that? They don't want to come here.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do what? Want to come here or still do it? Because they really don't want to come here.
Yeah, they still do it. You don't answer the door, they stick a flyer in between the door.
Yeah, your complimentary copy of the Watchtower.
What part of no trespassing didn't you understand?
buenas tardes, hola 725. Now I hear Sweaty Maria. It's the first I've heard her all night.
Yeah, Sweaty Maria's heterodyning with you.
This is like the last hurrah, or like a gray line, boost in the skip momentarily before the sun finally takes a dive.
Yeah, hopefully it'll fade down shortly. I do want to see if I can be heard from the hilltop.
Yeah, south of the border, maybe.
South of the Montgomery County border into Chester, maybe.
We won't hear you, but Sweaty Maria might.
You know, I used to take my realistic walkie-talkie. I had a 40 channel with that big antenna on it, and I used to go up there on 309 to the top of the mountain up there and talk back down to Norristown with that antenna.
Well, I got one of the big long center-loaded antennas. We'll see how it works when I get up there.
Bad forth.
I'll go take a hike once Sweaty Maria and her gang get out of there.
Yeah, once the drug traffic's over for the day.
The drug traffic. Taxi dispatch in Mexico. Who the hell can afford a taxi in Mexico?
Drug lords.
You gotta have the tassels though up underneath the windshield, you know?
Yeah, like Cheech and Chong, man. Hey, man, I want a taxi.
You want to see my license, man? Oh, it's back there in the bumper, man. I was born in East LA. Yeah, that was a good one too.
I was born in East LA.
Yeah, I can't do that, but yeah, that was funny. No, come on, man. I was born in. I can't even speak Mexican.
He told him to tell everybody that was Mexican to call them bandacos.
Hey, man, sell me a taco, man.
He's in that car jumping. It's like the hydraulics are out of control, and he goes over the guy's, his wife's garden, and he's yelling out the window, "Bandacos!" And the guys are like these big gangbangers.
No hablo taco.
You know, he was on Dancing with the Stars last season.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think the season before, the other guy was on.
Oh, wow, man. I can still dance.
Yeah, they'd both been on Dance with the Stars.
Man, did you say step on the brake?
Class. Shut up!
Thank you. Young man, give me that knife. Thank you.
It's funny, that's how we used to get our comedy. We'd go out and buy an album.
Oh, yeah. Either an album or a tape or something, yeah.
And then go to the midnight movies to go see Up in Smoke.
Or the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Great Scott! I have the soundtrack to that on my tablet.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Let's do the time warp again.
And again and again. What's for dinner? Meatloaf.
On Classic Radio Roundup. Remember when? Missing a few check-ins. Where's the Lobster Apsu, the Night Train, Operator Ron? I know I'm missing a few. Blockhead. We got Sparky. Quarterwave Dave is being kind of silent over there. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of absentees. Well, what's with that on Classic Radio Roundup walkie-talkie session?
Them guys don't have walkie-talkies yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they just didn't have walkie-talkies and we're waiting until we switch over.
You don't need one, just like you don't need a classic radio.
That's right. I got a nice one all queued up here though, ready to go.
Well, it's also kind of going to be interesting for me is for the next hour's video gate. I'll put it on my, I think I'll put it on my Cobra 142 GTL, and I get to hear myself on a video gate for once.
Oh, thank God.
It'll be on my stinking walkie-talkie, but
You'll be like, man, did I sound like a tin cup the whole time?
wow, is it really that bad?
April Fools.
TRC 221 by Realistic.
Gonna fire me up an old 23 channel crystal radio with the green clock.
That's right.
González Ortega para Quintana Roo. Derek, por favor, hasta la antena.
Anyway, I think this mic is starting to stick. Sticky mic.
Oh no, stuck like glue.
And I'm on a different, older style Realistic handheld microphone. I think it sounds different, but Bagger says not that much.
Yeah, not all that much different.
I think this one sounds better, if only a little bit.
That one doesn't sound bad, so.
You know how there's two styles, like a new style and an old style?
Yeah, I like the older style better. Smaller mic with the push to talk on the left, on the right side.
Well, they're kind of the same size, but yeah, one's on the right, the old one. The new one's on the left. One's a little bit like not as deep as the other. I put them on the video gate side by side.
Yeah, the older one has RS on the speaker or on the grill, the front of the mic. It says RS.
And the newer one says Realistic on the front.
Yeah, that's right. I got one of those too. That one don't work on this for some reason.
Actually, the new one says Radio Shack on the front. The old one is RS in the center.
Or you have even a newer one, because I think mine says Realistic. The one on my little 419 or 479 mobile.
It says Realistic on the back. The old one, RS on the front. The new one says Radio Shack on the back. CB dynamic microphone, blah blah. Radio Shack on the front.
Yeah, the old one says Realistic Dynamic Microphone. Radio Shack, division of Tandy Corp, and then the very bottom it says Philippines.
On the back of mine, the old one, it has, let's see, it says, Realistic Dynamic Microphone, a Tandy Corporation Company, Radio Shack, and it's Japan made.
Oh, wow. Mine says Philippines. Mine must be newer.
Mine says Korea, custom made.
Well, the new one on the back is manufactured in China, custom manufactured in China.
Sparky's got a sweaty Korea.
I got a genuine Japanese realistic microphone. I didn't realize it. I got it.
2-4 Molina.
I got the Philippines. Sparky's got sweaty Korea, and you got Japan. We got all kinds of countries represented here.
That's too funny. That's really kind of funny. That's, you know, the age of and the dynamic and change of things. You know, Japanese, Philippines, and then everywhere else.
73 por favor.
They go to where the cheap labor is until they unionize, and then they move to the next country.
But this Japanese one is high quality Japanese. It's still working.
Yeah, this one, the mic element went bad. I had to stick a different one in there. Damn Filipino junk.
Good old high quality Japanese. Now I have to start poking around the TRC 221 and see where it was made, if it has it on it.
Well, let's see. What does mine say?
Custom manufactured in Japan for Radio Shack Corporation.
Let's see. Mine says made in Japan, manufactured, custom manufactured in Japan for Radio Shack Tandy Corporation. Has a date of manufacture. I don't have a date though.
I didn't go that far looking for the date. Darn. To flip it back over. But yeah, it's custom manufactured in Japan for Radio Shack.
Yeah, it's made by GRE too, because I saw that on the board when I was looking at it. It said GRE on it.
What else do they make, Bagger?
GRE, they make scanners. They make a bunch of Radio Shack scanners, and they also made some of the radios. You know, most of their old classic radios were GRE. Before Uniden pretty much took over.
Nothing I could find in a way of date. Just, you know, complies as a date of manufacture, blah, blah, blah.
Yep, that's what I saw.
What's up, guys?
Hello, Doug.
Yep, with you guys in your vintage radios, actually had to do a search in order to try and find it. But my first radio was a Midland 77-861. It was a portable 40-channel CB.
I knew somebody who had the 23-channel version of that. Had a telescopic antenna on it, or you could plug it into the regular antenna. You could use it as a base, a mobile, or a portable.
Yeah, well, I used it as a mobile when I first got it on my mom's car with a little magnet mount antenna, and then I got a bright idea to take the bracket out of my mom's car, and I put it. I mounted the bracket with the stem from the center stand, or from the center stem from the handlebars of my 10-speed bike. Because I lived so far out in the woods, I'd actually have to ride my 10-speed bike 7 miles to get to the closest highway to talk to truckers on my CB. I guess the nut didn't fall too far from the tree, huh?
I don't care who you are. That's funny. Yeah, I gotta ride my bike 7 miles. You get close enough to the truckers for I have somebody to talk to.
No, yeah, it was where I lived. It was 7 miles to the closest convenience store, and it was 21 miles to the closest city. And the big city, equivalent to what we have today, what we refer to as the big city is like Spring City.
Good evening, Badger. Sparky waving.
Place to live.
Good evening, Sparky. I've been listening to you as well, and your, what is it, 5 milliwatts or 50 milliwatts or 500 milliwatts? You're making a good trip over here.
Well, I was at one time at 500 milliwatts. Now, that changed because Maria came in from Mexico, and we wanted to make sure, you know, we were getting over.
Yeah, I went down to 1.5 watts.
Well, Pete, your signal really never fluctuated less than like 7 decibels over here, even when you're on low power.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what that kind of power can actually do. You know, a watt or so. It goes further than you think when you got a decent antenna.
Yeah, put it this way, when you were on 1.5 watts, you were whipping on Maria.
Woohoo! Take that, Sweaty Maria.
Yeah, good coax and a good antenna, man. That means a lot. That's like half the equation.
And you can, I'm pretty sure the whole 1.5 watts isn't making it to my antenna. That's got basically 400 feet of feed line between the antenna and myself. Most of that is hard line, but not all of it.
Enough of it's making it.
Now, I have a radio here. It's a Cobra 45WX. It's a 40-channel walkie-talkie, but I don't have the power supply that goes to it, nor do I have 6 AA batteries to throw in the bottom of it, so I'm not going to bother to charge it up. But I could hook that up and then run the antenna lead into my little 2-pill, and then turn my 2-pill into an exciter for my 2100B and tell Marie to go to hell on my walkie-talkie.
Yeah, there we go. I'll go back just for fun to 1.5 watts of carrier RF power.
I heard you, Spitfire.
Yeah, you're in there.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, considering 400 feet of feed line, 1.5 watts of output power into my walkie-talkie.
That's right, the ghost talking edition of Classic Radio Roundup.
That's reasonably impressive if you think about it.
Underlay.
I think we're pissing it off.
Tingate.
He's saying Americanos. Keep taking me out.
Oh boy.
Maricon.
Muka la cabeza. No hablo taco.
Your sister, I know her well.
You guys figured out whereabouts she's at?
South of the border somewhere.
No, but that was a good combo you mentioned there a minute ago, Badger. That's a very good combo. I really like that setup that you mentioned, with the walkie-talkie into the other to the other.
No, I bought that little 2-pill online. I haven't even fired it up yet. Well, I'm looking for a reason to fire it up. But I've got another radio hopefully I'll be dumping pretty soon. It's a Cobra 25LX. So that'll be a nice little Channel 19 radio for somebody. But I've got a 5-pill, a 1-driving 4 in my garage that I'm looking to get rid of. So if you know of anybody that's looking for some good 10 and 11 meter heat, let me know.
I was doing that stepper fun. My 1 pill into my 8 pill with my walkie-talkie 1-watt driver.
I can always turn the heat kit on. Then we can have a 2-stager going.
Yeah, there we go. There's 1.5 watts into my 1 pill, my 1 pill into my 8 pill, and that's 600 watts peak.
Here we go.
600 watts peak with my walkie-talkie.
Yeah, lots and lots of walkie-talkie watts here going on.
Walking the walk and talking the talk.
I think I'll be up on Sweaty Maria's antenna.
Yeah, tell them drug dealers that their airtime is over.
Yeah, you got 15 minutes to vamonos. Vámonos, ándale.
Yeah, rapido.
It doesn't sound like it's going to fade out tonight. A bad night to try and take a hike on the hill with my walkie-talkie.
Yeah. Looks like I picked the wrong night to stop snipping glue.
Need operator Ron to tell him the vominos. That usually works when he does it.
Yeah, I don't like him.
It's the first night, though, that it's been moderate in the temperature department.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a nice day. I'm praying and hoping. I took the day off. I took today and tomorrow. I took tomorrow and Friday off.
Well, it's my Friday tomorrow. I'm gonna take the two-wheel mobile. Well, then I won't look for you in the AM Mayhem.
Nah, you won't find me in the AM Mayhem. Not tomorrow or Friday. It's supposed to rain on Friday, but I figured tomorrow I got oils to change and I got stuff to do, man. I want to try and get as much of it as I can done.
38 degrees out.
You say 38?
There's a carrier, no Modge. Yeah, maybe I'll swing by and show off the BSA in the morning to you.
Yeah, 38.
Where's that?
If you're gonna be around before lunchtime sometime, maybe I'll swing by on the one-lunger and show off.
We're here?
Yeah, if you're gonna be there doing stuff.
I'll be there. The others got softball practice in the morning, and then after that, I'm going to be here probably most of the day.
So, which is better, afternoon or I guess sounds like afternoon?
Yeah, after lunch, I'll be here solidly. I'll be changing oils and, I may have to run out to Home Depot and get some crack filler. I got a big crack in my driveway I want to fill.
Well, I'll be out taking a ride to nowhere, and we'll see if we can fit it in there or not.
Well, if you see the big garage door open, you know I'm out there working.
10-4 Roger, right on. Yeah, I want to, take a ride around on back roads, up and down in RPM and gears, and break in that top end before the hot of summer when I really want to ride it.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I'm pulling the plug. Have a good night, 73rds.
See you, Doug.
See you, Doug. Good to hear you on. Countywide Radio 441 on this antique flea market TRC 221 walkie-talkie.
See you, Badger.
Adios. Have a good night.
Catch you later, Badger, on the next classic radio roundup. Almost time to switch radios.
Switching radios? You switching radios?
No, almost time.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be the second half of the roundup. I'll put something different on.
Well, I only got 48 minutes of the gate rolling, and I'm going to get it as close to 1 hour as I can without going over. And then I'll start a new one and try and go portable.
That'll be fun. Are you going to walk or are you going to take the bike?
No, I'm going to walk. It's actually easier and less conspicuous.
Well, that's true. The bike makes noise.
Especially now with that baloney muffler, it's just, there's no sneaking around. Especially if you have to go up a hill. But at least I'll be able to hear myself on a gate. If nobody else hears me, at least my own station will, because I got to pass right underneath my antenna.
You'll be blowing smoke on your own antenna.
Yeah, let me go get one more cup of coffee to fortify my hike. And Skip notwithstanding, I'll still go up there. If it doesn't work out, I'll just come back.
Well, the Skip's not giving me much of a problem over here. I got my typical noise level that I always seem to have, so if I'm going to hear you, I'm going to hear you.
Yeah, that's true. You got your beam that knocks all that stuff out of there, so it'll still be worth a try. All right, let me get another fortified cup of coffee. 441 on Classic Radio Roundup, walkie-talkie stock microphone edition.
Yeah, I'll have to put a radio that I know has a good receiver on it.
Well, realistically, I've had a good time with my walkie-talkie on the roundup, and there's quite a bit of noise, background noise, skip in there, so I could see, I haven't been able to hear those folks out in the distance like I normally would checking in.
Yeah, the guys down in Aston and whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to pick out Doylestown now, or Quakertown. I'd have a hard time with Lansdale.
Speaking of which, where's Tickle?
Or Ken.
Yeah, right. And where the heck is Mr. Train? They heard we're going to have walkie-talkie night, and they went like, I got one of them.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. Get the talkies out. I got the memo. The next one I got up there is base station, and it's a docking station.
Oh, is that one of those like Robins or something?
Ha ha. Man, yeah, you knew it. Yep.
Yeah. So shove the mobile right in there and turn it into a base.
Yeah, it's got this really nice green illuminated rolling clock also.
Yeah.
Lots of wood grain. I heart wood grain, right?
That's right.
Simulated for her pleasure. Got a lot of chrome on it too, man. It's blinding with chrome. Chrome, black, and wood grain. I got such a big data noise coming from my neighbor too. I might be able to run that one. I have to switch sometimes to a radio where I got a good noise filter.
Got data? You got data from your neighbor?
Yeah, it's probably his freaking Comcast box or something. They're moving out, and I'll see if it sticks or not. I don't know. I've been patient with it for many times, and just one of those things. It's like his server backs up or something at 8:30 every night, and it just goes into this major data blast noise, like it's not, 120 hertz. It's definitely data, and it wipes out multiple bands.
That really sucks. Having to hear that nonsense. Oh my God, digital pollution.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is. I don't know. I was hoping maybe I'd get the beam up and turn it his way, and then maybe he'd come knock on my door.
Uh-oh. You don't want that.
Well, then we can say, hey, you're causing interference. I can say, hey, you're causing interference. Let's see how we can fix that.
Yeah, fix it. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You outside, Pete?
No, not yet.
He was waiting till that gate gets over with before he switches over.
Glad somebody's paying attention.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
Leave it to quarter wave Dave to keep the record straight.
Yeah, that's true, man. We need a official historian, on this day.
Well, you could always look back and review the gates at this point. I got a historical record going on. Intentionally or unintentionally.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I think that tablet realizes what you call it a Watergate, and it says, oh, like Nixon, I get to erase half of it.
Well, at least it's not a Hillary gate, because then it would all be blank.
Yeah, if you wiped clean, and you're going dangerously down that road again. And And Quarter Wave Dave's going to come in there and admonish you for that.
Quarter Wave Dave, who started it, him or me?
He started it with Willard Dave.
Thank you. Like Nixon, right?
Oh, I don't know. What about Nixon? Who's he?
Well, he's the one who threw it out there first. Once you throw the Molotov cocktail, it's fair game.
Yeah, but that was a joke. That wasn't a political statement.
Yeah, well, I was sort of just following up and updating it to current events.
Well, it's like you said Sunday night on your net, the snub net. Everything you say that comes out of your mouth has something to do with politics one way or the other.
Yeah, because government's involved in every stinking part of your life.
Oh, no, we're going down that road.
Crash and burn, here come the flames.
I'm on the side. We're on this walkie-talkie from 1965.
Which walkie-talkie is it?
It's the Carter C-75.
Yeah, one of those cadre.
And it has external antenna hookup?
Cadre C-75.
And it has an external antenna hookup?
Yeah, it has external antenna hookup. It's got a mic hookup for external and a speaker hookup for external, but it's got those odd jack.
You know, I just thought of something. I got one of those, you remember the screw in the back antenna sets that Radio Shack had that were center loaded? I should screw one of those onto my one pill and put the one pill in my motorcycle battery in a backpack and go with my walkie-talkie. You'd hear me then.
He probably smoked the one pill.
Yeah, this got a jack that's smaller than your regular external speaker jack.
Tiny jack like that for an antenna?
Yeah, that's what it is for the antenna.
Good Lord. I've seen where they're, eighth-inch phone jacks, and I have an adapter for one of them that takes it to RCA, and then I can go from RCA to PL259. I used to have a 1.5-watt walkie that had a jack like that in it.
Well, what's the size here like your regular CB radios have in the back for your speaker?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this one here is an RCA jack, and so is my help radio.
Yeah, and I got a RCA right to... Actually, it's a Motorola /RCA, that PL259, because it'll go inside the Motorola jack or over top of the RCA.
Alrighty, I think I'll stop this gate while I know it's still working and switch up the setup. 441 on a side.
Breaker.
Yeah, part one of Classic Radio Roundup is in the can. Go ahead there, Skeeter.
Hello out there. I'm coming into the roundup on my walkie-talkie.
Oh, you got a walkie-talkie too?
Yes, sir. I'm on my Uniden Pro 340 XL.
That thing sounds good too. Nice clear audio.